Call to order the City of Douglasville City Council regular meeting for tonight, which is Monday, April the 7th, 2025. We'll have our invocation by Reverend Dr. Francisco Artley, pastor of Poseyville Church. After that, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Mayor Pro Tem City Council Member Terry Miller. Please stand for the invocation.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council. What a glorious rain we have got the last 2 days. Amen. All of our grass and flowers are now growing. It just shows us that life that God brings us. So enjoy it. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you for this beautiful day, Lord, and I just ask that you bless our mayor and city council as they go through the business of our city, that the decisions they make are the best ones, Lord, and I just ask that you bless them. I ask that you bless those that have come, and I ask, Lord, that you just be with them at tonight's meeting, and I just thank you and praise you for everything you give us, and all glory is to your Son, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, for leading us in the pledge, and Dr. Artley, we appreciate the invocation. My name is Rochelle Robinson. I'd like to welcome you to the Douglasville City Council. I'm mayor of the city of Douglasville. This is a city council meeting where agenda items were discussed last Thursday. This is the official meeting to take action on those items that were discussed at the legislative work session. If the business you're here for is not listed as an agenda item, there will be ample time under the items, comments from citizens and delegates for you to discuss your business. I'll go over a few protocol issues, and then we'll get into the meat of the meeting. I ask that you please keep your comments and presentations on a professional level, dealing with the facts that are important for this governing body to make our decisions. We will not accept comments that are considered by the chair to be of a personal attack on any individual or group of individuals. You will receive a warning from the chair. If you deviate from this requirement, a second deviation will result in a request for you to leave the chambers for the evening. Only one person speaking at a time. Please do not applaud, react to the speakers, speak from the audience, cheer, or carry on a conversation when you're at the podium. We ask that you would please direct all of your comments and concerns to myself or the chairperson, whoever's running that particular committee. We're only required to accept public comments during the required public hearings, and if you have anything that is materials that you would like to pass out to myself and council members, I ask that you would please give those to our city clerk, Ms. Vicki Acker, to my right. She'll make copies and disseminate that information to myself and council members. If you have an electronic device, a phone or such, please put those in silent mode until after the meeting, or turn those off so they will not be disruptive. I'll go over the agenda items, how things will be handled, and then we can get into the business that we're here for this evening. Agenda items, we handle them the following manner. The committee chairperson will read the agenda item. Then that person or persons or applicant will make his or her presentation. Myself and council members will possibly ask clarifying questions. We ask, if you've already made a presentation at the legislative work session, that you will not repeat the information unless there is new information to be brought to the table. After that, the committee chairperson will ask for comments or statements from the audience. This is your opportunity to come forward. There's 20 minutes for folks that are in favor of the item, and 20 minutes for those that are in opposition, and each person has 5 minutes to speak. There's no repeat time. You would do all of your presentations at one opportunity for 5 minutes. And again, it's only new information that we'll receive this evening if you've already presented previously. Each person has one opportunity. Prior to coming to the podium, we ask that you would please fill out a speaker form. Those are some blue cards outside on the desk. You fill those cards out, hand those to Ms. Acker, the city clerk, and then you come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record, and then you can talk to us. You have 5 minutes to talk to us about the item or anything that's germane to the city of Douglasville. After that, if you have any questions, if staff can respond, we will, but if not, we'll take it into consideration and make an answer for you at the next opportunity. Please give us your address and all of that for the record, the official record. And again, if you have any printed materials, please give those to the city clerk. I did a whole lot of talking, so hopefully everyone understands we're all on the same page. And if you have any questions, please, at any time, don't hesitate to ask. So now we are in our regular meeting. We've had our invocation, our announcements, and we're at number 5 on the agenda. If you like a paper agenda, they're outside on the desk. If not, you can follow us on the screen. Announcements and presentations, we do not have any, so we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. I will open the floor for a motion for the adoption, to approve the adoption of the regular meeting agenda for tonight, which is April 7th, 2025.
So moved.
Thank you. I had dueling. Once you, Ms. Acker, did you get Coach Watts or Councilmember Estes? Mr. Estes and Councilmember Watts, you want a second? You second? Yes, sir. It's been properly moved in second, moved by Councilmember Estes and second Councilmember Watts for the adoption of the regular meeting for tonight, which is item 25-087. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns from council members about the adoption of the agenda for this evening? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Item 25-087 is unanimously approved. We'll move on then to the approval of the minutes. I will open the floor for a motion to approve the minutes of the March 13th, 2025 legislative work session and executive session, and the minutes of the March 17th, 2025 meeting, which were the regular meeting and executive session. That is item 25-093. I open the floor for a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilmember Estes. I have a motion, bless you. I have a motion to approve the minutes from Councilmember Estes. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Davis. It's been properly moved in second moved by Councilmember Estes, second Councilmember Davis, to approve item 25-093. Do we see any corrections, concerns, or deletions or anything as it relates to the minutes from the elected officials? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 25-093 is unanimously approved. Now we'll move on to the consent agenda. I will open the floor for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Thank you so much, Councilman Davis. I have a motion to approve the consent agenda. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Estes. It's been properly moved in second, moved by Councilmember Samuel Davis, second by Councilmember Howard Estes, to approve the consent agenda. Do we have any concerns, questions, comments from council as relates to the consent agenda? Thank you. I don't see any. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The consent agenda is approved as presented. We'll move on then to item number 8, is Economic Development Committee. That's chaired by Mayor Pro Tem City Council Member Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business under the Economic Development Committee at this time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. We'll move on then to Finance Committee chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're
We have
welcome.
a couple items. Before I get into them, just want to let IT know that my ability to vote is not coming up on my screen.
Technology.
No, ma'am, but I'll go ahead and continue.
Yes, sir.
Item A, authorize the mayor to sign an amendment, Amendment 3 to the agreement with Goodwin Mills Kaywood LLC for the City Hall construction project architecture services in the amount not to exceed $1,607,987.50, $987.50, to be paid from SPOS 2022 Facilities Fund. And I don't know if we have anybody coming up, but we did discuss this on Thursday, and there was a couple council members that were not here, and I just wanted to leave it on there, so if there's any questions or
Okay.
anybody?
No, sir. To be paid out of SPOS 2022, already established.
And do we have any comments from
City.
city manager? Anything on this one? Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, I'd like to make a motion to approve item 25-127.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Estes. It's been properly moved in second, moved by the Chair of Finance, Councilmember Chris Watts, and second, Councilmember Howard Estes, to approve item 25-127. Do we have any questions, concerns, or comments from council? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 25-127 is unanimously approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll move on to
Welcome.
item B. Authorize the mayor to sign a purchase and sale agreement between the city of Douglasville, Georgia, as purchaser and Cedar Mountain Farms LLC as seller for real property being 155 acres located in land lot 231, Section 5, District 2, Douglas County, commonly known as 1745 Wortham Road, Douglasville, Georgia 30134, for the purpose of constructing a police driving training course with a purchase price of $2,712,500 to be funded from SPLOST 2022 as provided in the mayor and council 2024 goals. Ms. Hampton, you have anything to add from our discussions the other day?
No, sir, I
anything?
do not.
Any questions from council on this particular item? I know it's been discussed before. All right, and anything?
No, sir,
Deputy
I don't
Chief.
have any new information.
Okay, all right, well, with all that being said, I'd like to make a motion to approve item 25-135.
Thank you so much, Coach. We have a motion to approve item 25-135. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Estes. It's been properly moved in second, moved by the chair, and second by Councilmember Estes to approve item 25-135. Do we have any other comments, questions, or concerns? I did look online. I saw we had some issues on Thursday, but it seems like everyone feels comfortable with the conversation. Okay, not seeing any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 25-135 is unanimously approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, that's all we had tonight under finance.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate that. We'll move on to the next committee, which is Housing and Community Affairs Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Howard Estes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight for the Housing and Community Affairs Committee.
Thank you, sir. Legislative and Intergovernmental Committee, chaired by Mayor Pro Tem Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business under the Legislative and Intergovernmental Committee at this time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Personnel and Organization Committee, I come back to you, Councilmember Howard Estes.
Thank you again, Madam Mayor. We have no business for the Personnel and Organization Committee this evening.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on then to the lovely Councilmember Nicole Miller, which is Planning and Development Committee Chairperson. You have lots to talk about.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
I really do have a lot to talk about tonight.
It's some good things.
The first item, and I'm sorry, my iPad, there we go. First item is item 25-129, and that is to remove from the table item 25-054.
Okay.
So moved.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So it's been properly moved.
Can I get a
Second.
second? Thank you.
Great.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay, thank you, council. I'm just gonna do a few more pop-ups. Next item is item, no pop-up, 25-054. So it's tabled from March 3rd, 2025, to consider a request for a change in zoning from plan unit development with a base zoning of general commercial to general commercial for 9.61 acres located at 3311 Summerlin Parkway in land lot 760, District 18, Section 2, parcel ID 0007, application by John W. Jordan. And Mr. Dana Gray is down here to go over this item and answer any questions that we may have regarding this. I know we talked about it in great length. Did you have anything to add to it?
Just one thing to add. By looking over the Douglas County Transportation Comprehensive Plan, they have identified I-20 and Lee Road for intersection improvement. So that might assist in traffic on top of what they're already doing out there by doing 2 lanes to 4 lanes.
Right.
So,
And clearly, there's already a bit of traffic if they're increasing the road from a 2-lane to a 4-lane. I personally feel like that this development could be a beneficial development for the area. My biggest concern, of course, is traffic mitigation and how we move forward with it, but being as how it's not a city road, I don't think that we can have, as we saw in the last meeting, it looks like we don't have any say or cannot place any conditions on a road requesting for something like a red light at that, and so that leaves us at the mercy of the county DOT to hopefully implement something like that at a later time once they've finished this. Coach?
You know, I don't know how many houses are in that subdivision that come out. That's the only way out, correct?
yes.
I mean, does anybody know about, anyway, it's a lot of houses, and they're going from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, and anybody that wants to get out of there, make a left and go to the interstate, right now, there's no light. So, you know, if the county's listening, you know, that might be a spot to consider for a red light as part of mitigation for that road, but that was my only concern.
Right.
And that's not this development, that's something that has to be addressed by.
Thank you, Coach. Is there anything that we can do to somewhat, I guess, lobby for a traffic signal there?
I know the applicant did mention that they will be responsible for a traffic study, and they were open to adhere to whatever the results were from that traffic study.
Okay. Council, did anyone else have anything to add to that? Down there? No? Okay, and do we have any idea when that traffic study is going to be completed?
I do not, I don't think the applicant is here.
Madam Chairman,
Yes, Madam Mayor?
did you, Mr. Gray, or you did say, to reiterate there, that Georgia, not Georgia, but Douglas County Department of Transportation, it is on their comprehensive plan to do improvements in the area?
Yes,
Okay.
for I-20 and Lee Road.
Okay, I just wanted to make certain I heard you right for that.
Yes, ma'am,
All
that
right.
was on the list.
Thank you. And I know they're doing a lot of extensive work on Lee Road now currently.
Yes, they went from 2 lanes to 4 lane. They'll have a median in the middle. So they are going from I-20, I think, to
To
Fairburn.
Fairburn.
Right, to
Okay.
Fairburn.
Okay.
Will that median block anybody that's coming out of that subdivision, their
No, it'll
ability to make
stop
a?
at Summerlin.
Huh?
It'll stop at Summerlin and
So
cross
they
over
will
and pick
be
up.
able to get out and make a left?
Yes.
To go back towards the interstate?
Yes.
Okay.
And they also have a 50 to 60-foot decel lane, which can help turning into Summerlin Parkway.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Would the applicant like to come up? If maybe you could shed some light on that for us as far as the timeline for the traffic study? And if you'll please give us your name and address for the record.
Sure. My name's John Jordan. I'm with Hecht Walker Jordan, 205 Corporate Center Drive, Suite B, Stockbridge, Georgia, 30281. As far as the traffic study, our traffic engineer is out of town. He couldn't make it in today, but I would say probably in the next couple of months. But the development itself we're not looking to even get an LDP probably towards the end of the year. So that should leave enough time for the county to make its road improvements that have already been going on. And with this being designated for commercial under 2 lanes, I think the 4 lanes will really help it a lot. I understand the coordinating, issue, but I don't think there'll be a coordinating issue with the development, like the LDP not really going forward till later in the process. So.
Okay. Thank you. Council, were there any other questions regarding this item? Okay, all right. Well, with that being said, I'm going to make a motion that we approve item 25-054.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I have a motion to approve. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Estes. It's been properly moved in second, moved by the Chair, Councilmember Nicole Miller, and second by Councilmember Howard Estes, to approve item 25-054. We have had some discussion, but we will not vote until the floor is open for anyone else that may have a question or conversation or anything to add. We have anything? Thank you. I don't see any. All those in favor of approving item 25-054, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Okay, we have one nay. The majority rules. Item 25-054 is approved.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, our next item is item 25-131, says, and that's going to be a motion to remove from the table item 25-055. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So, next item, 25-055, tabled from March 3rd, 2025, says to consider a request for a change in zoning from residential agricultural to, county to residential, single-family residential detached city for 79.60 acres located on Doris Road in Land Lot 228, District 2, Section 5, Parcel ID 0001, application by Jeff Matthews. And Mr. Dana Gray is down here to answer any questions that we may have regarding this item. Mr. Gray, did you have anything new to add to this?
Yes, just the transportation comp plan. They have identified Cedar Mountain and Doris Road for intersection improvement.
Okay. But at this time, we don't have a date for that or any
No.
specifics?
No.
Okay. And is the applicant here, and would you like to add anything? Do you have any new information to add? Mr. Matthews, if you'll please give us your name and address for the record.
Madam Mayor
Good
and
evening.
members of the City Council, I think we pretty well covered everything from traffic and schools and environment and my little cemetery last time. I'd be glad to try to answer any questions, but again, my situation is, and I've thought long and hard about it since we met Thursday night, and I think a couple of you weren't here, but I hadn't been able to come up with a single reason why my new homeowners would not want to be a member of the city of Douglasville. Because y'all have got a good staff, you've got a good vibrant community, you're doing downtown revitalization, you're doing the town green, the amphitheater, the Jesse Davis rehab on the park. I'm impressed. And I just, again, would like to respectfully ask that you annex and rezone this piece of property. And I appreciate your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews.
He didn't give his name and address. He didn't give his.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mr. Matthews, can I get you to come back and give your name and address for the record?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I wrote it down. It's Jeff Matthews, 215 West Bankhead Highway, Villa Rica, Georgia, 30180.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that. And just for point of clarity, we're not looking at a development plan as far as how many units can be built. We are simply looking at this specific piece of land and rather to annex it or not, because as it is currently zoned, he can build exactly what he wants to build at the county. It's my understanding, I believe it's already been approved to do so, but really he could build it more densely if so, if that was the case and chosen to do. I feel like we've beat this dead horse a lot. Council, do you guys have any questions, comments regarding this item? Mayor Pro Tem, I see your eyes.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Madam Chair. Something that wasn't brought up in the discussion on Thursday that concerns me, if this annexation were to go through, if you look at a map of the city of Douglasville, it would be at the extreme western end of the city. In fact, it's not even technically contiguous with the body of the city. It's contiguous with a piece of the city that was annexed years ago that's actually separate. I get that. But what concerns me is we would be adding another neighborhood for our police department to have to patrol. And now I know we have the greatest police department in the state of Georgia, and they'll do whatever we ask of them. There's no question about that. But I would question whether we should ask of them to add one more neighborhood that is at an awkward distance from the rest of their patrol zones. If you look at it, I mean, it really is separated a good bit from the rest of the city.
It's the land butts up to other city land.
Right. But it's like
And you're
I don't know
already right there at Cedar Mountain in our Public Works Department. And with it being a neighborhood of this size, it's really, I don't feel like a lot for Public Works. I know that they have spoken to that, but maybe Major Davidson could speak to the police aspect of it, if you don't mind.
I've looked at the property on a map, and it's not, we have a beat that covers that area, so it doesn't really give me any concern about the distance it is, and it's not a very big neighborhood.
Thank you for that.
Kind of like tributary.
Yeah, down just a little ways. But, and I think that there's also been some confusion as far as what we're looking to do here. This application made by the developer in no way is asking to annex anyone else's property, and so no neighboring properties would then be annexed into the city. That's not what this is about. It would not change any existing residents and their taxes. It would not add anything onto them. It is simply saying that this person wants their property to be annexed into the city, and that is all. My concern with it, and I know right now we have no way of knowing what or when that time frame would be, though, of course, is the traffic mitigation and the future mitigation for what is already a concerning area. But whether that land be in the city or not, it's already an issue. Okay. Council, do y'all have any additional thoughts or concerns? No? Coach?
We've heard a lot of concern about traffic in that area, which is a problem, apparently, without this property. And the idea is that this property developed the way they want to develop it is going to add more. And I think you can make the same argument that it might have an effect on traffic. In other words, it might slow people down, because with properties like this developed this way, signage is going to go up. I know there's a curve there, there's a hill. These are things that needs to be addressed, whether this property gets developed there by the city, in the city or in the county. It's going to get developed, and if there's traffic issues as far as accidents and speed and things like that, that needs to get addressed, but we can't, because it's a county road. So having that discussion is kind of pointless for us, because we don't own the road. But it should be addressed at some point, I think. I'd like to know what Councilman Davis thinks on this particular item.
Yes, thank you, Coach. There's only one elementary school, I believe, that's open in that area, and these single-family homes, and I don't see no schools being built, and to annex into the city, that's big.
Councilman Davis, if I can remind you that the school system is separate from the city or the county, so I don't see where it matters if it's in the city or the county. It's approximately 40 homes.
Yeah, but this is just for the
Did the school board have any objections?
request of change and so on.
What was the school
No.
board's input on this?
They didn't have any objections.
No,
And this is just for zoning, we're just talking about the zoning, right?
that is all.
Okay.
Yes.
And to reiterate, Madam Chair, that Mr. Gray said transportation the county does have transportation improvement plans for this area.
For the intersection.
Okay, at the intersection?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And if I might add that it looks like we'll be adding our safety department's training facility just down the road from that as well. So we will have a stronger police presence there also. Council, this was not easily taken. If you don't have anything else to add, I'm going to make a motion that we approve item 25-055.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairman. We have a motion to approve item 25-055. Do we have any additional comments, questions, or concerns from council? I don't see any. All those in favor of
Second.
approving, pardon me?
Second.
I was offering the second in there, I'm sorry.
I didn't get a second. I apologize. I ran through the red light. Okay, we have a motion by the chair, and Councilmember Watts did a second. Is that correct? All right, thank you. That's right. Thank you. I apologize. Going too fast. So we do have a motion by the chair, Councilmember Miller, second by Councilmember Watts, to approve item 25-055. We have had conversation. If we have any additional concerns or comments, please raise them at this time. I don't see any. All those in favor of approving item 25-055, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Okay, I need to have a hand. So those in favor, please raise your hand so the clerk can count. 3. Those in opposition, raise your hand. 3. It's a tie. I get to vote. I vote in favor. All right, so item 25-055 is approved by majority, 4-3. So this motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
Don't go anywhere, we've got more.
I know, we have lots to do.
Next item is 25-130. That's another removing from the table. So now I'm going to make a motion that we remove from the table item 25-100.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Why all the pop-ups? Do you guys have this happening to you all the time? It really drives me nuts. Okay, item 25-100 says tabled from March 3rd of 2025 to consider a petition to annex. I'm looking at the wrong one again, aren't I? Darn it.
Yes.
My apologies. We're gonna read this again.
Did we do the annexation before?
No, it keeps, am I just looking at the wrong thing?
You should be looking at the petition to annex.
Thank you, Joel. Okay. Okay, so now then why is it not?
Those two items are in tandem,
Well,
Madam Chairman, unless you
okay.
annex the property.
So now I think it's this one then.
Just passed would be in effect.
Okay, so now it is this one. Okay, thank you.
Should they have been in the
Go too
the
far.
other order?
I'm sorry?
Okay.
Okay. My apologies, folks.
Yes, sir.
Item 25-100 says tabled from March 3rd. Consider a petition to annex 79.60 acres on Doris Road and Land Lot 228, District 2, Section 5, Parcel ID 0001. Application by Jeff Matthews, and Mr. Dana Gray is going to go over any new information or answer any questions for
I
us.
have none to
please.
provide.
Do you have
Council,
anything to-
No.
Okay.
do you guys have any questions regarding this annexation? Okay. And I make a motion then that we approve item 25-100.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Estes. It's been properly moved by the chair, Councilmember Miller, Nicole Miller, and second by Councilmember Estes to approve item 25-100 for the annexation. It looks like we're going to have a hand vote. All those in favor of this, approving this item, please raise your hand. You count for me, Madam Clerk. Okay, how many? 3. And those in opposition, please raise your hand. 3, there's a tie. So it's my opportunity to vote. I vote in favor of the annexation. So I'll make 4, and that's majority. So item 25-100 is approved, 4-3. This motion is approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
This is this next one here. Okay, next item. Item 25-109. Says to consider, consider a request for a change in zoning from planned unit development to planned unit development for 10.21 acres located at the intersection of Stewart Mill Road and West Stewart Mill Road in Land Lot 11, District 1, Section 5, Parcel ID 0222. Application by Stewart Mill Holdings. And Mr. Dana Gray is going to go over any new information with this.
I have no new updates for this item.
Okay. Thank you. Council, Madam Mayor, this one, let's make sure we answer any questions that we might have. Did you have any questions regarding this particular item?
No, ma'am. I talked to the city manager and looked online for all the
Okay.
comments that were had at the meeting.
Okay, so you're good with that, Council. Did y'all have any questions regarding this item then? Nope. I think that was good. Then I make a motion that we approve item 25-109.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I have a motion to approve. May I have a second, please? Thank you, Councilman Watts. It's been properly moved in second to approve item 25-109. Do we have any additional comments, questions, or concerns from council? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 25-109 is unanimously approved.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, see, look, I'm not crazy. It's just not, there it goes. Next item, 25-111, says to consider a request for a change in zoning from R2, Single-Family Residential Detached District, to R3, Single-Family Residential Detached District, for 33.26 acres located at the intersection of Campbellton Street and I-20 and Land Lot 22, District 1, Section 5, parcel IDs C014, C015, C016, C018, C076, C077, C088, C089, and Land Lot 23, District 1, Section 5, parcel ID 0024, application by Trayton Homes. And Mr. Dana Gray is down here. Do you have any new information for us?
I do have new information for this item. Again, from the county transportation comp plan, they do identify Campbellton Street and I-20 for operational improvements. Also, Campbellton Street and Hospital Drive for intersection improvement. I also have conditions, stipulations for the zoning approval, which Mr. Fowler has emailed to me and should be in your packet. So I will read as such. The project will be senior restricted to persons 55 years and older. They will provide a minimum 20-foot wide landscape buffer along the northern and southern boundaries of the property as shown on the site plan. They will install a 6-foot privacy fence along the north property line between lots 15 and 224 with a 20-foot wide landscape buffer. They will transfer a triangular strip to Phil Schaefer and Tony Stewart off the north edge of Lot 25 and construct a sewer stub-out to the property of Phil Schaefer and Tony Stewart. The area of transfer is shown crosshatched and highlighted in yellow on Exhibit B, but the page says Exhibit A attached here too. So that's the second page of the attachment. Roadway improvements per city staff, lane widening for Elizabeth Drive shall be 12-foot asphalt with thermoplastic markings. Purchasing and installing signal head equipment based on development's demands. Relocating traffic signal poles as determined by the city and county traffic staff. Placing a 10-foot no-access easement be placed along all lots that have frontage along Campbellton Street. Roadway improvements per Trayton presentation, no left turns out of the subdivision onto Elizabeth Drive. 2 additional lanes added to the southerly edge of Elizabeth Drive, resulting in a dedicated left turn lane only onto Campbellton Street, a dedicated straight lane to Hospital Drive, and a dedicated right turn only onto Campbellton Street. Between lots 12 and 13, there is a right-out only lane into Campbellton Street. There will be no driveways onto Allison Court from lots 1 through 7. They will be providing amenities. The amenities will be a 15 by 15 gazebo with parking, a fire pit, benches, and a community garden. That concludes. And the applicants are here.
Thank you, Mr. Gray. Would the applicant like to add anything to this?
Evening, everyone. Joe Fowler, Post Office Box 49. Mr. Richard Parvey is here, can answer any specific details. We've sort of come to the end of a 16-month venture, and we believe this provides the types of things the neighborhood was looking for in terms of traffic control, reduction of overall density, and senior restricted. We urge and request your approval tonight, and thank you for your patience with us as we've worked through this difficult track that's been before the council many times in the past. We hope this is the last time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fowler. Question, with the age restriction, I'm assuming that that will be handled through the HOA?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that just for like one owner, or does that cover all persons in the home?
Yes, Ms.
Okay. Hello, and if you'll please give us your name and address for the record.
It's Richard Parvey, 4511 Avalon Boulevard, Alpharetta, Georgia. I'm with Trayton. I'm Vice President of Land for Trayton Homes. The age restriction only applies to one person in the home.
Okay, fair enough.
And they have to be on the title to the home.
Of course, okay. And I know that we've been through multiple plans, a lot of ideas, and a lot of changes. And I do thank you guys for your willingness to keep trying to reinvent the wheel on this. I know that we had went from last week from a 20-foot buffer to now a 25-foot buffer. My understanding is that is just as far as we can go with that. And then that the fence, that we just couldn't go any higher with it. I think one of my concerns has been for the residents, the current residents in Crawley Heights on Allison, with the change in grade, that you'll have residents in your subdivision now looking down into the backyards of the current existing homes. And I just didn't know if maybe you have any ideas that could help mitigate that.
I just think additional landscaping. And cryptomeria, grows pretty quickly. It should take care of it.
Okay. Council, do you have questions, thoughts?
A lot of conditions, which are good. Seems that the amenability to work with the community, we appreciate that.
Our pleasure.
Coach?
Early on in this process, one of the complaints I heard from the residents, this doesn't have anything to do with y'all or necessarily, but the light there, the timing on it. Who addresses that issue going forward once this is developed out? I mean, the light right now is, is timed in such a way that very few cars can get out. I'm assuming that in this process that will be addressed. Is that addressed by the county, the city, or Mr. Gray, Ms. Hampton?
It's the county.
County. I mean, I just don't want to forget about that. I haven't heard that mentioned. It's a little thing, but I think it, you know, it doesn't need to be forgotten because you can make all these improvements, and if the light only lasts long enough to get 5 cars out, and then it changes, we're still going to have
Yeah.
some of those. But that's just one little thing. I just didn't want it to be forgotten. And that doesn't have anything to do with the developer. I just wanted to mention it.
It is in our list of stipulations.
I'm sorry?
It's in the list of stipulations.
Oh, it is in
Yes.
there,
Okay. And then, I know it wasn't mentioned, but is there a rental cap in this development?
I believe it's 10%.
Okay, and all these conditions will go, that are being read will go into the actual zoning, conditions of zoning, correct?
The ones that have been read into the record, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Did some of those conditions come in today, Mr. Gray, did I understand that?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if Miranda prepared an ordinance before she left, but we need to make sure that all of the conditions are in the ordinance before it's signed. So if we could have Mr. Gray review those.
Yes, ma'am. The clerks have it. It's attached to your item, but we will double check before it's signed.
Okay. That's fair enough. Thank you for that. Were there no additional thoughts on this? Because you guys, I tell you, this has not been another item that's not being taken lightly. This is directly impacts our entire downtown community. As Mr. Fowler said, we've been having these conversations for, he says 16 months, but it feels like 16 years. It's
Agree.
been a minute.
Not the first.
And, you know, I mean, it definitely pulls at my heart because I've spoken with these residents and I understand what they're saying. And at the same time, I do appreciate everything that you guys are offering. It's just, it's hard. This one's not easy. Oh, and y'all, so I said all that to say that this is not a decision that I've taken lightly. But at this time, if there's no other comments or questions, I'm going to make a motion that we approve item 25-111.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I have a motion to approve item 25-111 with the stipulations that were read, stipulations for zoning approval that were read by Mr. Gray. So I have a motion to approve this item with those stipulations. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Estes. It's been properly moved and second, moved by Councilmember Nicole Miller, second by Councilmember Howard Estes to approve item 25-111 with the stipulations that were read by staff. Do we have any additional comments, questions, or concerns from council? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Nay. Okay, the majority rules for approval. So 25-111 is approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome. Thank you. Mhm.
Okay. Joel, do we need to look at each of these items separately that are all the same, or can they all be read off and we can't vote on them in one swift vote, can we?
Why don't you read the block bid Thursday night, read them all off, you'll vote on them separately, but you had your public hearing Thursday night, so it may not take quite as long as you.
Okay. I'm going to go with the paper version so that it might be a little easier. Ooh, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Dodson.
Item 25-143 says to consider a request for a variance from section 3.03 of the Unified Development Ordinance to reduce the minimum lot area from 20,000 square foot to 8,632 square foot on a land lot of 0.19 acres located at 8030 Carton Street in land lot 18, District 1, Section 5, parcel ID A036, application by Willis Residential. Mr. Dana Gray is down here with this item. Oh, no, hold, please. Let me just read them all. That's right. So sorry. Item 25-144 says to consider a request for a variance from Section 3.03 of the Unified Development Ordinance to reduce the front yard setback from 50 feet to 25 feet on a lot of 0.19 acres located at 8030 Carton Street in Land Lot 18, District 1, Section 5, Parcel ID A036, application by Willis Residential. Item number 25-145 says to consider a request for variance from Section 3.03 of the Unified Development Ordinance to reduce the side yard setback from 15 feet to 7 feet on a land lot of 0.19 acres located at 8030 Carton Street in Land Lot 18, District 1, Section 5, Parcel ID A036, application by Willis Residential. Item number 25-146 says to consider a request for a variance from Section 3.03 of the Unified Development Ordinance to reduce the rear yard setback from 30 feet to 10 feet on a lot of 0.19 acres located at 8030 Carton Street in Land Lot 18, District 1, Section 5, Parcel ID A036, application by Willis Residential. Item number 25-147 says to consider a request for a variance from Section 3.03 of the Unified Development Ordinance to increase the impervious surface coverage from 35% to 42% on a land lot of 0.19 acres located at 8030 Carton Street in Land Lot 18, District 1, Section 5, Parcel ID A036, application by Willis Residential. Mr. Dana Gray. So guys, let's just go ahead and discuss all of these items at once, and then we can vote on them individually, if that's okay.
I have no updates for these items.
Okay. And did the applicant have anything that they would like to add to this? Okay. Council, thoughts, questions? No? Okay. Then let me just scroll back to the top. Which one even is this, 4-3? Well, if there's no issues with this, then I'll make a motion that we approve item 25-143.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairman. I have a motion to approve item 25-143. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Davis. It's been properly moved by Councilmember Miller and second by Councilmember Davis to approve item 25-143. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns? I know we've read all the items together, but we're doing all sides of the property individually for each vote. So if we have that understanding, all those in favor of approving item 25-143, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. And we have one abstention. 25-143 is approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
Next item is item 25-144. And again, if there are no comments, I'll make a motion that we approve item 25-144.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Davis. It's been properly moved by the Chair, Councilmember Miller, and second by Councilmember Davis to approve item 25-144. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns as it relates to this item? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 25-144 is approved with one abstention.
Next item, 25-145. Again, if there's no thoughts or comments, I make a motion that we approve this item.
Thank you so much. Have a motion to approve item 25-145. Do we have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Oh, it was a tie. Who do we get, Ms. Acker? Okay, Councilmember Hudson. It's been properly moved and second, moved by the Chair, Councilmember Miller, and second by Councilmember Hudson to approve item 25-145. Do we have any additional comments, questions, or concerns from council? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 25-145 is approved with one abstention, which is a conflict of interest for all of these items.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
Next item is item 25-146. Again, if there's no thoughts or concerns on this, I'll make a motion that we approve item 25-146.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Davis. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 25-146. Do we have any comments, concerns, or questions as relates to this item? They're all related to the same development. I don't see any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 25-146 is approved with the one abstention with a conflict of interest.
Nowhere.
Last one.
Mhm.
Item 25-147. I make a motion now that we approve this item.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairman. I have a motion to approve item 25-147. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Davis. It's been properly moved in second to approve item 25-147. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns from council? This is the last item in the series. Any concerns? I don't see any. All those in favor of approving 25-147, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. One abstention, which is a conflict of interest, so the yeas have it. 25-147 is approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That is all that we have this evening.
Yes, ma'am, you did a
for planning and
wonderful job.
development.
I know, it's never easy with things that impact everyone's quality of life. So we appreciate your time and attention and all the hard work that you've put into this, and the citizens as well as the folks that want to come to our city to do business and to develop. We'll move on to the next committee, which is Public Improvement and Beautification. That's also chaired by you, Councilmember Nicole Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business this evening for public improvement and beautification.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll move on then to Public Relations Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
No items at this time, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. We do not have any business under Public Safety, which is Councilmember Dr. Burdanley. So we'll move on to Recreation, Culture, and Tourism. That's chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight, Recreation, Culture, and Tourism.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to Technology Committee, chaired by Councilmember Elena Hudson.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business under the Technology Committee this evening.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Hudson. Mayor Pro Tem, would you please take Transportation Committee for me?
Yes, Madam Mayor, there's no business at this time under the Transportation Committee.
Thank you, sir. So do we have any, that's all the committees that we have listed. Do we have any other business to be brought before council tonight from the body? I don't see any. No, thank you. We had a very successful first iteration of our concert series this past Saturday. Was well attended. The weather was beautiful, and we've only heard great things. So we appreciate the community and the hard work of our staff, police department, city manager, every volunteer, parks department. It was great. And the artists were really good. So it was a great opportunity for the community. So thank you all for supporting in that concert series. Do we have anything else from council? All right, we'll move on then to updates from our city staff. Our city attorney, Mr. Joel Dotson.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Attorney Dotson. We'll move on then from legal to the police department, our deputy chief, J.R.
Nope.
Davison.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Chief. City Manager, Ms. Marcia Hampton.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much, City Manager. I can't believe it. So now we are at the point for comments from citizens and delegates. If you sustain the meeting, you'd like to speak to us, please come forward, give us your name and address for the record, and you have 5 minutes to talk to us about any business germane to the city of Douglasville. Thank you. I don't see any. We do not have an executive session, it looks like. So if we don't have any other business to come before council tonight, this meeting is adjourned.